Hello everyone and welcome back to Kentucky Garden Gal. I am Nancy and in this video we're in the kitchen and I happen to have a very dear friend coming into town this afternoon. She's going to be here about 1-ish and she's bringing her friend, which I also know, but the occasion is that another friend is going to be having a calligraphy class tonight at our art gallery on the square, and the ladies in the book club that I'm in, we all decided to take this class together so that we can visit, see each other, and learn calligraphy and then support our friend Sally who is teaching the class. So since we're going to be getting together, we're going to be eating. That's just a given. So I wanted to share some things that I am making to serve. Vicki and Cindy is who is coming this afternoon, and the first thing that I am going to make is a sausage and cheese quiche, and it is so super simple. I found this recipe in a Franklin, Tennessee cookbook, and I have used this for years and years and years. It's very simple, very easy. Once you've done it a couple of times and you have the hang of it, you can just whip it up, and there's so many ways that you could change this up, like to your specific taste. Another thing I wanted to show you, I have been making my own coffee creamer, and let me just say I love it. Like, that is all I want now, and I've noticed that when I go to put some in my coffee, I smell it because it smells so good. So I'll show you how I do that. 3 simple ingredients. That's all it takes. And then we're having a breakfast in the morning. So I told them that I would bring a hash brown casserole, so I wanted to show you how I whip that up. So let's get started with all this good food. So let's start with the DIY coffee creamer. And like I said, it takes 3 ingredients. You want half and half, a can of sweetened condensed milk. Make sure that you don't get the evaporated milk. Make sure that it is sweetened condensed. And then your vanilla. And the good thing about this is that you can make any type of flavor that you want, but this is the basic ingredients for just the basic recipes. So let's get these whipped up. Okay, it takes less than 2 minutes to whip up. This is the container that I keep mine in, and I just simply put saran wrap on top of it and then just pull it back from the opening when I'm ready to use it. And this will be good in your refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. But I have to tell you, it doesn't last me that long. So the next thing that we are going to talk about is this sausage and cheese quiche. So you are going to take a 9-inch pie shell, and I have preheated my oven because this does need to bake. And as you can see, I need to, once it thaws out just a little bit, I'll fix the edges and make it just a little bit prettier. But you are going to have, you can use any type of cheese. Today I'm using Colby and Monterey Jack. Sausage, and this is extra sage. That's just how I like mine, but you can use anything that you like in your sausage. Now you could also put peppers and onions, jalapenos, whatever you wanted to put in this sausage mixture, you could. The secret ingredient, y'all, is ranch dressing. And then the final thing, we're going to take 5 eggs and we're going to beat those up and pour it on the top, and we'll bake it for about 40 minutes in the oven. So let me go ahead and bake my pie crust and brown my sausage. Okay, we have baked our pie shell and we have browned our sausage. So this is what the first layer looks like. On the bottom is cheese, and then I put my sausage in, and then I drizzle the ranch dressing over. So I will do this again for the second layer. Okay, we have our filling assembled, and I ended up with some cheese left over, so I simply put that on the top, and you can layer this any way that you want to layer it. It doesn't matter, just so that you have the 3 ingredients, which is your cheese, your sausage, and your ranch dressing. So here is the final step. I have beat my 5 eggs, and I am going to pour them over this, and what I am going to try to do is make sure that I don't get any outside of the pie shell. And then we will put that in the oven for about, I'll start checking it after 35 minutes. And what I always want to do is to make sure that my center is done, and if it's still a little wiggly, then we know it's not done. But let's get this in the oven. Okay, so moving right along to our hash brown casserole, I have everything out that I am going to need. I am going to need 2 pounds of hash brown potatoes, and I just have the classic diced potatoes. You can use any variety. Now I am going to put these in the microwave to thaw these out just a little bit, but I am going to use a half a stick of butter. I'm going to use the sour cream, which is, how much is that? Maybe 8 ounces? I think that's right. And then 2 cups of cheese, and I am going to dice this onion up. And what I will do is I'm going to mix everything up, but I'm not going to bake it until tomorrow. And then after it's baked, I'll crumble some bacon on top. So that'll just make it extra delicious. And I do have my timer set for our casserole, and I did go ahead and mix up a soup pot of, I have hamburger meat, browned onions, and then potatoes, corn, lima beans, and I will add some carrots at the end, and then make some cornbread. So that'll just be something that if anybody wants a cup of soup, they can have a cup of soup, or if they want the cheese and sausage casserole, and if they want both, that's fine too. So we're gonna be eating good this weekend while the girls are here. I went ahead and put my potatoes, the cheese, and then the chopped onions in the bowl, and I will mix that up, and then I went ahead and whipped up my butter and my sour cream. Now this is the point where if you want to go ahead and add some pepper, oops, I don't think there's any pepper in there, I'll have to get some more. You can add your salt and pepper, and I'm not adding salt because I'm trying to do low sodium, but I will find some pepper and get some pepper mixed in there, but we'll just mix all of this up. Now, truth be told, I could have used a bigger bowl for this because I had to be very careful when I was getting everything mixed together, because you want to go down and pull the ingredients from the bottom of your bowl, because when you go to put it in the baking pan, you're going to turn it upside down, so what's on bottom is going to be on top. So that's the only thing that I would have done differently with this recipe, is just used a bigger bowl to mix this in. But let's get it in our baking dish. We will cover it with aluminum foil, let it sit overnight. The flavors are only going to marry and be better, and then in the morning we'll bake it and take it to our breakfast. So this is what our hash brown casserole looks like when we have it in the baking dish, and you want to make sure that you do spray your container before you put your casserole in. And we will check in on our soup. Looks like everything's going good there. And then it looks like the pie has, the casserole has been in for about, it's got 15 minutes left. So that's what it looks like. right there. And if you think it's getting maybe like too brown on top, you could always move it to a lower level, but so far so good. Let's get this covered and in the refrigerator. Okay, our sausage and cheese quiche or casserole is done, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Remember, I told you you don't want to have anything shaky right in there, so I think that it is all cooked. I put it on a little serving plate. I think we're going to serve out of this. I just put the carrots in our vegetable soup. Our cornbread is ready. So when those girls get here, I think we're gonna be ready to sit down and have something comforting to eat.
She's the one that did the dog ornaments for the dogs.
Oh,
The
yeah.
paw ornaments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's a hoot. She is a hoot.
I kept meaning last week to call her and see if she would do one for Piper and Rip, and have them done when I got here, but
I'm
I didn't.
videotaping.
I didn't get a chance.
Aw.
Nancy, don't videotape.
Yes. At some point, I've got to interview you, Vicki.
Interview me?
Yes.
Well, you know I could
Yeah, I
tell
like
you
to
some
play.
stories.
No, not about me. That's you.
Otherwise, I could tell you some stories of curl your toenail.
Well, but you're the one who, besides my grandmother taught me the love of gardening, and you taught me how to garden.
It just feels in good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, you had it in you all along.
No, I think you brought it out. Yeah.
Remember, you wouldn't even go in your backyard.
I was scared of my own backyard.
You're scared to go in your pond. Now
Yeah.
you just go out there and
Wouldn't do
do
it.
whatever.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was so scared to even go in my own yard. People
Yeah.
wouldn't believe that, would they?
Not today, they would.
I know. Crazy.
And I'm self-taught. I taught myself.
The dog tree.
Learned by all my mistakes and
Oh,
kept going and started reading and doing.
Yeah.
those
Another
ones,
one.
they are cool. How did,
That's how I
what
got.
did you use for your
Then we
easy?
took the
E6,000,
master
'cause
gardening
Yeah.
class. That helped some, but I really think gardening is something you have to do all the time.
Trial and error.
Trial and error.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm doing a blue one.
you have
You
to,
know, at one
love
time
it.
I had 4
If you don't love it,
Oh, that's right.
don't do it.
That's
Because
right.
if you don't love being outside, if you don't love getting dirty, if you don't like
And now
I got
just
tons of
fingernails
them.
getting
One.
broke, you know, just
Really?
don't
I
do
got a
it.
55
It's a
gallon
great
drum going
escape.
thing.
Oh, it is.
You know?
It is. When you're having a bad
I
day,
got
you go
plenty
out and
of them.
dig in the dirt. It just
My
makes
birds.
everything better.
That is
Everything.
exactly right.
Them are the PVC pipe.
You gave me a little sign once that said you can vary a lot of troubles by digging in the dirt.
Yep,
Isn't that the truth?
absolutely.
Cut them out and everything.
When
You
I
can bend them.
first got sober,
Oh, okay. Wow.
30, it'll
do you
be
take stuff
34
like that
years
in?
ago, very soon.
Everything goes
You
through it.
take everything up.
I
Yeah.
Digging
got
weeds,
everything.
and I didn't care about gardening at the time because it's in Las Vegas and it was summertime, or, you know, it's 110 degrees all the time.
Exactly.
But I started enjoying it then, just digging weeds and
I make this for a neighbor.
keeping my
She
lawn
slows for a living.
nice and putting what little flowers I
Oh,
could
that's
around the
cool.
house. But,
That is cool.
and that's when I learned
Bet she loved
stress.
it.
Oh, she
Take
loves
away a
it.
lot of stress.
That's
She loves it.
exactly right. I think it really keeps you balanced.
It does.
You
It
know?
does. And to
Yeah,
take a
I'm
little
gonna get some
seed,
bowling balls, 'cause I
Oh,
can't-
I'm
It's a
glad.
My daddy
miracle.
goes to these
put
junk
that
sales all
little
the
seed
time,
in some
and he
dirt,
gets them and-
and
Well, all of a sudden, I'm
all of a
not
sudden you got this
seeing them
beautiful
anywhere. I even
plant
got
with
That's
one
right.
blooms
that
or
has bag
tomatoes
and
or
shoes
And I got, yeah.
and the ball
asparagus,
Yeah.
whatever you're
And,
growing, and it's the
at the
miracle.
time,
It's
my
the
nephew,
miracle.
Yeah.
He
Exactly.
had a buddy that was
You know,
getting married.
I
and he
loved
was
it.
real
And you nurture
funky
it and
real
love it,
country.
and
I gave it to him for their wedding.
and I
present.
even nurture my weeds now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have weeds I grow because they're beneficial to the butterflies
That's right.
and the bees and the wasps. So
And where it was at, she
I,
had to be
you know,
always
can't
in
pull
the
that
kitchen.
that's a weed, but you can't pull it,
That's
you can't
right.
cut it.
That's
Because
exactly
it's a
right.
host plant to something. Or,
Exactly.
you know, like my dandelions, I kind of let them grow.
Well, that's the first food for the butterfly, for the bees
Yeah.
in the
Yes, yeah,
spring.
absolutely. Absolutely.
So everything has a purpose,
Yes.
except mosquitoes. Do
Well,
they have a purpose?
no.
That's what we think.
Mosquitoes and flies.
That's right.
Freed up all the space in Canada.
Yeah, and nobody has a spot.
Well, and grubs.
Well, that's true.
I still am not happy about grubs, but when I had a koi pond,
So we done it before.
I used to dig them up and feed them to my koi, and they loved them.
And my chickens love grubs too.
Do they?
When I come across a grub, it goes right to the chicken.
Right to the chickens.
So we got
Cool.
there and
Yeah.
I made her do a lot
So
of
you
work.
are gonna have to let me come up and video you and
She
Cindy
wouldn't use them
and
Oh,
show
yeah.
everybody how your houses are together and what all you all have done,
Fixed her a
and
coffee table.
the garden club that you all
Oh, yes.
do. And should we come on Naked Gardening Day?
That's cool.
Well, you could. Our garden club
We made
doesn't
it
come
work.
then,
She made a coffee table.
That's cool.
but they love to see our photos.
That's
and
right.
photos. But
That's
good
right.
time to come is like, if you would like to meet our garden club people, I usually host in September.
We need to plan that.
Yes, and come and,
Yep. Vicky's gonna have to bring you over to the house, you see all the junk.
Yes,
I've learned-
I'd love to.
we have a lot of rock where I
Right,
live now, so you have to really condition the soil.
right.
And the only thing at my house when we moved there 6 years ago was a couple shrubs and a rose plant that was a stick.
Right.
Now, it's a beautiful rose now.
Oh.
I've babied it and taken care of it, but I've made that whole front of my house nothing but pollinators
Yeah.
stuff. And it's just like a beautiful spray of color in the middle of
Mhm.
summer. And
Oh, that's cute.
it was hard work because it was like 4 or 5 inches of rock over garden fabric.
That's cool.
That's right.
So there's still a lot of rock in garden fabric, but I've cut a hole, or I'll rip out a bunch,
Yeah,
move the rock, plant something, and I'll put the rock back, but not the fabric. 'Cause
Right.
the rock will
Right.
eventually go down and start helping drainage in the soil because so much of it's clay.
Right. Are you adding like any compost or anything?
I do, I add compost, and another thing I add is at the end of the growing season, in the fall, I'll take the soil out of all my potted plants
Mhm.
and I'll put it in the ground out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
And I'll let it start going down, and so
Yeah.
that soil can be conditioned that when I do dig down, I don't have mud. I'm starting to get
Really?
a little bit of loam.
Your vegetable plant? Yeah.
And a couple of my garden areas are loam now. So,
Yeah, because
I think when you lived down the street from me,
less expensive.
was it you
than
had 13 or 14 flower gardens?
plants.
oh gosh, I think it was close to that,
Yeah.
yes. And there was nothing there either but some, what do you call those roses? Knockout roses
Yeah.
and some nandinas.
And you are a Monarch way station too.
Yes, I
remember?
was a Monarch Way Station there. I'm a Monarch Way Station where I am now.
Oh, good.
Gotta keep the flames.
I was the first Monarch Way Station in Simpson County.
I think that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
me,
it
me,
started
me.
catching on, and now a lot of people are. And
That's
then
right.
isn't the library still one?
I think so. Yeah.
Down by the jail, the
Yeah.
old jail?
Yeah, there's several, and then the post office too, I think.
Oh, good.
Those are all maintained by the garden
I only got
club.
one on my mower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save them monarchs.
That's right.
Save all the pollinators.
Cedar trees.
So this is
Oh, they're
Cindy,
blue.
and this is Vicky's neighbor. I'm video. Oh, look, peas. And you all know
Oh,
Junior.
yes.
So what are you doing, Junior?
Showing her the things I make.
And show us your T-shirt,
So,
Junior.
snitches get stitches.
You are such a little troublemaker.
I'm a bad influence.
I love it.
I can't believe you're not going to come and learn calligraphy
No,
with us.
no, not with my handwriting.
Oh.
Y'all think y'all had reading Japanese.
Oh, I
Maybe
think
get
you
your
would be
Christmas
great.
card from us.
That's right.
Let's just substitute Christy probably.
Yeah, you can just
Yeah.
put her body online.
So
Yeah.
we are at
all of us.
Gallery on the
Yes.
Square, and I think we're waiting for one more person. But isn't that beautiful? And this is our instructor, Sally Maloney. Sally, tell us how you learned to do calligraphy.
Well, I just started seeing it around on Instagram and thought it was really cute and thought, I'd like to learn to do that. And then just started with some basic supplies and just figured it out. A lot of Pinterest, a lot of Instagram following, hand letterers. And now here we are.
And you are pretty smart. We should mention
Well, I don't know about that.
You're pretty
I don't know
smart.
about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Should be if I can do it, anybody can do it. Okay.
So we are in our beautiful
We have one more who signed up who's not here, and I messaged her, and I can see the 3 dots. So give me just a second. Okay?
Yeah. So I'll just walk around real quick and show you. Look at the stained glass. There's just so much in here. It's just amazing. This is just amazing. And this is our class. This is where we're going to be learning. And you can see it's just such an interesting. Are you leaving, Elizabeth?
No.
Okay.
But I'm not able to participate because I've got so much work to do.
Oh.
I had a very long board meeting on Tuesday, and so I'm having to follow up with those things.
Will you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Martin Villalobos. I'm the executive director of Gallery on the Square here in Franklin, Kentucky. My platform that I prefer is for education programs to be brought back into Gallery on the Square, and so that is what I'm trying to produce, is lots of education programs, including the class tonight with Sally Maloney for the calligraphy class. So,
And you're doing a great job.
thank you so much. I very much appreciate that.
I've been to several things,
Thank you. I'm glad to have you here.
Well, thank you.
Our attendance has really been up with our exhibits, and that makes me super proud.
Good. Well, as they should be. They're so good.
Thank you so much.
They're so good.
We have our schedule already mapped out. I think you probably have saw it on
Yes.
Facebook. We have
Yes.
mapped out for the rest of the year. So
I love that.
I'm very excited about it.
No excuse not to plan, right?
That's right. That's right. All the dates are set. So
That's right.
And if we need to move this one way or the other a little bit, we can, but just watch. Like, okay, up, down, up, down, up, and around. That's a W. Okay, so however many seconds that took, it's longer than if you're writing a W on a piece of paper. Okay, it's just different. So that's why it says on there, slow down. That is the trick to doing things here. Go slow. All right. Then Q is another variation on A. Kind of has a little F thing at the bottom. And you join it. So let's just say you were going to do a word that started with QU. You would just join it to U. Like that. Okay. Everybody put your hands up when you're ready to go to R. Oh, we're gonna have a little stretch. Okay. You see on R, we have some options there too. One has a loop, one doesn't. Okay. Let me also say don't forget, this is also an R. Straight. And squiggle. And then join the next thing. Let's just say it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know. You know, all those, like if you have to write gonorrhea. Right? I'm picturing a bad breakup. You're gonna make a really nice card, okay? All right.
Thank you for giving me
I thank you now. Yes. Okay. Or like, I don't know. Say you're gonna go, or just leave that white space a little bit fat, and then that'll be the tail. Okay. Okay. Like we are getting a Menards on Campbell Lane.
I'm so excited.
Yes. Okay, so that is also an R. Okay, but here's what we're doing on here. This one, one big fluid motion. You're gonna start at the bottom, so you're going up skinny. Coming up, making the loop, and then things get weird. Are we down? I think so. And tail. Okay, whoops. So up, skinny. Loops are weird. You're kind of down, and then you're really down. And then for extra fun, and because we hate R's, we're gonna make two R's together. So you just come right up into that loop. Try a string of R's. And if you're interested in the non-loop version, because sometimes you don't want things to be fancy, okay? If you're doing non-loop version, then I come up skinny, and then I do pick up my pen and just kind of start that down part, okay? Okay, do you have options? Whew, I don't feel like y'all hate R like I do. Okay. It's all right. The K? Uh-huh.
I'm not writing any words with K in it.
That's right. Vicki, we're putting 2 C's in your name from now on. Okay.
Well, you're not gonna be able to write my last name.
Okay. S's. Lots of choices I've given you on the S's. It's whatever you want to do. But it's just a whole squiggly thing. Go slow, and it's all, you're gonna follow the up-down rules. That's all, okay? So, we're up, and we're squiggling down, and we're making a tail. Squiggle, tail. Look, and see, I have a hard time on transition too, it's hard. Then you have your more traditional kind of cursive S. You're coming up. Well, I already blew it. Then we're going to do something like this here and say, okay, there's an S on there. Okay, that's one way to go. If you're getting your fats and skinnies mixed up, then just, you're going too fast, go slow. There are a lot of words with double S, so that's a good thing to practice. It's 2 S's together. Okay. All right, T, you're gonna love it. T goes like this. Kind of like I, but taller. Ta-da. And when you cross something, since it's neither up or down, you're gonna go skinny. And it's super fun to make 2 T's together and cross them all fancy like this right here. Okay. Yes, I knew it. Yep. Oh, but wait, there's more. Let's see.
Oh, very fancy.
Yes, yes.
Oh my
We're all about it. Yep. Okay. I think you got the T. U is our drill again. It's the thing that looks like you, and then the tail. Well, the fat part of the tail. Okay. Guys, we're almost done. We've almost done them all. You've already written 21 letters. That's right.
They're legal.
All right, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is I don't want you to have a point even in your V. Not how we're doing it on here. Okay, these don't have a point. You want to make V's with point? I hope you make them all day long. In fact, I made them on Vicky's sheet that has her name on it. There's points on there. You can do whatever you want. But what's on here is not a point. It's the thing from our drills that is the U. And then we've got some options here on the joining. Do you like a loop on your V, like with the O? And you'll see we're going to do the same thing on W, okay? Very much like a drill thing. But let's say you have to write the word divvy. Doesn't that have two V's? Divvy, like you divvy something up?
Divvy, yeah.
Okay. You gotta join those suckers. Ah. That's a mess up, don't look at it. There, okay, Vicky's new name.
Me too.
Okay. The kind without a loop, like we did with the O. Just make your thing. Put a tail on it.
Okay, so it is the next morning. This has set overnight in the refrigerator. I had saran wrap on it. So I am now going to put aluminum foil on it to bake it. And since it's been in the refrigerator, it's going to take just a little bit longer to bake. So I'm going to allow about 45 minutes for this to bake at 350. And then we'll catch up with our friends at Debbie's house for breakfast. See you there.
Right. And so about
Okay, we're at
4 or 5
Debbie's,
years ago,
and
they did live in Europe
they are
for
putting the
life. They were
food
all
out on the
brats.
table, but I also
she's
want to
like,
go out before I finish up this video and just get a look at the food shape. It is absolutely amazing. I'll start showing you the food.
I'm like, yeah. Oh, Sam's. You know how they're rough.
So tell us what this is.
Oh, that's
So
funny.
this is millionaire bacon,
Millionaire bacon.
and it is rolled in cayenne and brown sugar.
Okay,
Yes.
and I have to show this over here. Who puts sweaters on their bourbon?
My bourbon gets cold in the winter.
Oh my gosh, y'all, this is so cute. And then she has a whole, look at this.
You decked this
This
house
is
beautiful.
It's the energy.
Oh, oh, I love it, love it, love it. And look how beautiful.
That's
Look
my
at
stuff
this.
from my mother-in-law that was on the table.
And
that
then
she said
I told you I wanted to show you their hardscape. This is their dining room, and this is what it looks like from the inside. Look what a beautiful view.
And I think some of it is confusion.
Hello everyone, so I wanted to finish up this video. Due to time restraints, I wasn't able to go out and show you the rest of Tom and Debbie's hardscape. We had just spent way too much time laughing and talking, and everybody had to be places. But I did want to show you, this is my calligraphy. This is on tracing paper, and the class, it was a 2-hour class that we took with Sally, and I am absolutely in love with this. And she suggested that if you're interested in something like this, that you can go on Instagram or Pinterest and maybe just type in calligraphy or fancy writing, and just look at all of these different things that you can do. And it's basically, it's just practice. So I'm almost 60 years old. I've always wanted to know how to do calligraphy, and I finally did it, and it wasn't anywhere near as hard as I thought it was going to be. So I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you'll try some of the recipes that we've made. Maybe try calligraphy if that's something that you would like. But most of all, thanks for being a part of this YouTube channel. You all are a great community, and as always, I appreciate every one of you, and we will see you in the next video.